So I want to really quickly remind y'all that tomorrow night will be the first Radical Rhythms experience at Comedy in Harlem. Make sure that if you are in New York that you get your tickets. That's the link right there. And if you're not in New York, you'll be able to watch on YouTube. So I hope that you guys will join us. If you're very curious about what the Radical Rhythms experience is, this is the time to ask questions. This is the time to ask questions. What, Amanda, what the hell is this shit? Go ahead. Ask away. Ask away. Shout out to Comedy in Harlem and Jamie. Cryptically, thank you. I'm so glad you like Higher. For those of y'all who don't know, I have an album out right now called Truth Translator. Cajun New Yorker, you're in Harlem, then you know exactly what to do. So Radical Rhythms experience is literally me bringing together my ability to use humor and to tell stories, to combine it with the energy work that we need to change this world. It's literally using my creative gifts, music, humor, storytelling, to bring us into the energy work that has been denied us. You know, a lot of folks really do not have the knowledge that, no. A lot of folks have forgotten the knowledge. And so it is my job to use these gifts to remind us. So you're going to have a good old time, because you know I don't play around with a good time. Okay? And yes, there are music videos coming. The other part of it, though, is that you just got to trust that it's going to be a good old time, because I don't play around with a good old time. Like, anybody who's been following me knows that I do's the damn thing. So if you can't afford tickets this go round, no, you will not get entry. However, I am live streaming it on YouTube for free. So simply D Renee. So energy work starts, first of all, we are energetic beings. Like, we are literally giving off energy all the time. And there has been ancient practices that have understood this. However, there's also scientific proof that acknowledges this. And so energy work is learning how to be aware of your own energy and the way that it is being manipulated, so that you can actually decolonize your shit out of it being manipulated to empower us, right? Energy work is allowing you to be in control of yourself, of your joy, to be in control of your anger, to be in control of your sadness, etc. And I know that a lot of people cannot afford therapy. And there is a whole practice of therapy that does address these things. However, on a basic physical level, there are ways to molecularly shift yourself to actually say, you know what? I actually don't comply. Like, you can't keep taking my energy. And so when you see me changing what I'm talking about on these apps, when you see me changing how I'm existing, it's because I have been learning and I have been practicing energy work that has released me from being controlled by negativity. And that's what we're controlled by. That's why you can have 7 compliments, but the one negative is the one that like hits you most. And that's why, you know, when we're on this app, they don't promote the positive posts. Like, look how many folks I have watching right now, 107. If I was on here talking shit, the algorithm would push it. The algorithm would push it more. That's what we're dealing with. So, you know, and I I wouldn't say it's a long process. I think it's a lifelong process. I think that's the thing. It's like, it's not looking at it like a long process. It's understanding that this is like how we should be living. And it's not a process. It's a way of life. You know, it's a way of life. Like, there's something very important in understanding that the people that are in control of your life do not want you in control of your life. I sure did, CJ Edwards official. So much so that the Rasta I'm seeing was like, can you fix my lock? And I was like, I made it. I made it. I was so proud of myself. I was so proud of myself. Sir. It's like, I did it. What do I think about the latest tension between the FBA and Haitians? I think that the FBA are the FBI. That's what I think. I think that anybody who is looking at Black people in the diaspora as anything but our allies are literally the ops. Period. So I don't want to, I don't go along with that. Like, you're talking to somebody who is fully Grenadian and fully Black American. I stand in both of those in a very, very, very real way. So I also know history. And anybody who knows history knows that we are not in America. We are in the Americas. We are in the Americas. It is so wildly nonsensical to think that chattel slavery is something that only was happening in the United States. It is so ridiculous to think that slaves that were in Brazil, slaves that were in the Caribbean weren't also then shipped up to the United States. Like, this is nonsense. And vice versa. We were property. We were cattle. So that is just nonsense. These are the Americas. And they were looked at as such for a very long time. And then when you look at just how many Caribbean descendants have played imperative roles in the fight for Black sovereignty in the United States, you look stupid being against anything that is Black. Like, do you understand how crazy it is to be against Haitians? Haiti is the source. Haiti is the source. Haiti is literally the source of sovereignty in the Western Hemisphere. Once Haitians are able to get back on their feet, this imperialism can't last. The soil itself is very rich with Haitian strength. I look stupid not understanding Southern Black Americans. Sir, I grew up in Florida. I'm very aware of Southern Black Americans. I am the descendant of slaves in the South. Please cut it out. I wasn't a part of the Grenadian diaspora homecoming. So there's nothing for us to really talk about. They didn't tell me about it. I didn't participate in it. So I don't know anything about that. I hope it went well, though. I think it's a good idea. I think it's a good idea. So, just so you know, Older Gods 94, I'm not going to engage. I'm not going to engage with you. You're here as an op to try to engage me in nonsense. And I will not engage. Period. Thank you, yeah. I'm famous. Thank you, Zach. That's my painting right there, Zach. And then that mirror was just a regular mirror, but then I took different Ankara cloth and Kente cloth and wove it through, and then that's my altar back there. No, I don't have a podcast right now. So no, I don't have anything planned with tech. Yay! That's what's up, Christine. I will see you tomorrow at Comedy in Harlem. Have I seen about the shooting, the ICE shooting in East Houston? No. I saw I did not talk down to your experience. First of all, your experience is my experience. I am the descendant of foundational Black Americans. I am the descendant of chattel slavery. I'm not talking down to your experience. I'm correcting the misnomer about the relationship between Black Americans and Caribbean people. And if that is talking down to you, then that is something that you need to work on, because it has nothing to do with the truth. And all I care about is the truth. Of course, I did a post about Nolan Wells. I don't know why I wasn't included. I'm not the person to interview about that. You got to ask them, because I don't got no understanding of why I wasn't included. Maybe the people running it just don't know about me. Do FBA Black Americans have a point about non-Black Americans not being able to speak for FBA politically or socially? They don't. They literally don't. So, okay, you see how the number went up? And look at the trolls. Do you see what I mean? Once that guy came in here to bring in toxic energy, now the numbers are going up because the algorithm wants to try to fuel that. So they send it out to folks who share his toxic energy. It brings them in here, and now it uses our energy to support the push of ad sales, etc. Major key, the comedy about that is that I was never on The View. So that's a bot. These are bots. Like, I'm not engaging with bots, but you saw in real time. Your experience is not what I call toxic. I don't know what experience that you're speaking about, but you tried to shit on Haitians, and I said I will not engage in that because that is a nonsensical standpoint. Period. No, I am not in need. My feet were rubbed 24 hours ago. Hi, Babas. So, I just showed you in real time. It's all a psyop. That's right, Bronzeville. Can't believe nothing. Rasta pasta, Kelly yum yums. Oh, man. So, at the end of the day, the event tomorrow it's not a fundraiser. I'm doing a show for you. That's why it has a fee attached to it. I've been doing free shows for a year and a half. At some point, this is literally my career. No, I did not see Vision 75 for Grenada. No, I'm not from the Bay. But Drew P did produce several records for me. And, his name is Rich Rocka now, but ya boy is one of my very good friends. So shout out to the Bay. I hope to come to Miami. I hope to really grow this, and bring folks into this space, because what happens in a lot of these like energy spaces is you're just getting like a lot of old white people and Asian people. So you get a lot of Asian people because this is a part of their cultural practice, right? So anybody, this comes from Korea and China. So Qigong and Tai Chi, like that is a part of their cultural practice. So you're always going to see Asian people in those spaces. You also often see old white people, largely because one, they were alive during wars that were taking place in those eras. And two, they have time. They're retirees who have time. Yeah. So what happens for those of us who are not retirees and need energy work more than anybody? Because we're the ones who are going to change the world. And I mean the young folks, I mean middle-aged folks like myself, I mean the 20-year-olds, like what happens with them? So they got to wait until they're 60-something to learn about this ancient knowledge that has been so useful? No, absolutely not. No. So now that I know about it, you gonna know about it. It changed my life, so I'm gonna use my knowledge to help change others' lives. Because once you are able to be at peace in yourself, you become aware outside of yourself because you're not fighting. You're not fighting the battle within you that distracts you. It distracts you, and that's by design. These people are out here fighting. These people are out here literally dealing in the occult. So I hope that I will see you all tomorrow in Harlem. And all of the attendees in Harlem will get a free Malcolm X notebook. There you go, Travis. I love that. I'm so glad that could do that for you. Sir. So the link is on the bottom. Are you all able to see the link? No, I'm on here seeing witches charging shit. And I'm like, hold on. Now, if you have ancient knowledge, that should be gratis. Now, leading people through the practice, sure, charge for that. However, oh, you don't have the link? Hold on. Okay. Hey, Miss Debbie. Ah. So like, I was kind of thinking like, okay, how are you going to bring comedy into this energy work thing? And then I went to a workshop this morning that ended up being bullshit largely. But one of the things that was not bullshit was she put a word on the board, and I don't want to mispronounce it, but she was like, what this word means is laugh in Korean. This word means to laugh. And she was like, if you can't fight without laughing, then they're winning. Like, we have to be able to live and laugh in this time, through these times. And that is what we are protecting. The joy is, and let me just also say this. I think when some people say the joy is the revolution, they literally mean like ignoring what the fuck is going on and just like having a good time. No, the revolution is where you can find the joy. Find the joy in the revolution. I literally have a song called Let's Make Out. And the lyrics say, there's romance and revolution. And like that is, we are sent here. Do y'all understand? Do y'all understand? This thing is so much bigger than just some basic one-dimensional, two-dimensional shit. And not everybody's gonna get it. So if you want to get it, you're gonna have to put yourself in different spaces. And I think that's the thing I'm trying to get across to folks. That's the thing I'm trying to bring to folks. Like, I'm doing this in a comedy club. Because folks are going to come to a comedy club for jokes. However, here's a whole other thing happening here. And you're still going to get your jokes. Like high vibration, let me explain to y'all. High vibration is not, oh, I'm the bigger person, I let people walk over me. That's not what high vibration is. High vibration is not they go low, we go high. Because they go low, we go high is they do fuck shit and we act like they didn't do fuck shit. That's not high vibration. So I want us to be clear. High vibration is that when they fucking do fuck shit, we don't then try to battle them doing the same fuck shit. High vibration is, oh, y'all doing fuck shit? I know what we gonna do. Oh, y'all gonna poison the tree? Oh, word? We're gonna dig up the tree so that it doesn't poison the soil. That's high vibration. High vibration isn't we're gonna go poison your tree. Because now we done fucked up all the soil. Because guess what? We're all here in the same soil. No. High vibration is seeing what other motherfuckers are doing and finding a way to deal with them that disempowers them. Not that devalues you. And it's not always obvious. And it's not always easy. But it is the only way that we will get ourselves out of this. We have been under attack for thousands of years. It's time to break the spell. And I want to be a part of bringing us into the skills that we already have and reminding us. It can't just be a few of us. It can't be. There's more of us that are capable. It's just that some of us don't even know. We don't even know. So I'm hoping that I can wake some people up and I'm not trying to convince folks. I'm just trying to present them with the option. You know what I'm saying? So this thing that I'm starting up, Radical Rhythms Experience, I hope that those of you who are watching right now, I hope that if you can't come to Harlem tomorrow night, that you at least go to YouTube amandaseals TV and set a notification because it's going to be live. And for those of you who are in Harlem tomorrow night, the cover is $17. You can pay online or at the door. And you will get a free Malcolm X notebook with your ticket. And no, if you don't show up, you don't get the notebook. So, yes, it is time to break the spell of forgetting. Say that, her voice in black. Do you understand that a Rasta asked me to fix his lock? Do you understand? That's not a game that they play, okay? They don't play that game. That was based on how my locks look. Okay. Did you hear the great-great-great-granddaughter of Cujo Lewis was able to re-obtain her citizenship in the Benin Republic? I don't even know who Cujo Lewis is. Put me on. you Deboo and not Debo. That's why. That's what's up. Thank you. Look, this sister in here, Debouye, said that she can't make it tomorrow night, but she's going to sponsor a friend to come through. That's what's up. No, Mac 019, don't even trip. Don't even trip. It's all good. You're going to be able to watch it online. Even if you're asleep, it'll be there so you can watch it the next day. C'est bon. How do you say it's all good in French? Have y'all listened to my album, Truth Translator? Because we're going to be listening to my album at the show tomorrow night as well. You know, YouTube tried to flag my post with my own music on it. Linktree took down my page because they said I'm engaging in gambling. Excuse me. Por qué? All right. Yes. No Name Trend 777. I'm about to write a verse though. I need to hit y'all with some music, some more music. It's all good. Tout va bien? Is it tout va bien or tout va bien? Is the T silent? Thank you, Goddess Love, Offset Beverly. Cujo Lewis was one of the last captured Africans brought to America. I see. C'est bon. Oh, yeah, c'est bon. That's what I know. Any thoughts on Andrew Gilliam? There's something going on with Andrew Gilliam? Last I checked, he was doing a podcast. Okay, two. I was right. Tout va bien. Tout va bien. C'est bon. Last I heard, he was doing a podcast with two Democrat establishment chicks that just trying to get a job. Hey, cut it out. Cut it out. Mando, stay tearing up my screen. He was arrested on drug charges again? Brother, you gotta kick the snow. You gotta kick the snow. How was he arrested on drug charges again? Where was he at that he had drugs on him? He got pulled over and they searched the car? Was it coke? Addiction is a fucking motherfucker. God damn. Bless his heart. So he was arrested for possession of cocaine. It was meth? They found it in his suitcase? Damn. That's so unfortunate. I really feel for anybody who's an addict. I really do. Because it's really the work of the devil. And we have real devils out here. And, you know, the drugs are placed in our possession, in our reach, to prevent us from reaching our highest selves. And it's just so easy to get caught up. They make them so potent, you know, they make them so available. And the truth of the matter is that these empires have always been drug dealers. Okay? The U.S. can talk all this narco shit. The U.S. is a drug fucking dealer, bro. Queen Victoria was the biggest. She make El Chapo look like El Chappie. The way England was engaging with China in the fucking poppy opium trade, nuts. Afghanistan, something like that. I need to check out how to properly pronounce that. So I'm sorry to hear about Andrew Gilliam. Because also, like, when you see folks engaging in narcotics, you know, at that level, there's so much pain. There's so much pain. And, you know, I don't know if he's living out right now. Is he living out of the closet? Because remember when he was running for office and it was like exposed that he's gay. And it's like, why does that... First of all, being outed is terrible. And it's also like, how is that an exposure? Disgusting. So he's not living out the closet? There you got it. There you have it. Let me tell y'all something. Our inability to live as our authentic selves is what keeps us colonized. Our inability to live as our authentic selves is what allows for them to keep us colonized. That's why I don't have no fucking patience for black folks who are homophobic, transphobic, anything phobic. That's why I don't have no fucking patience for bullies. That's why I don't have no fucking patience for folks who are pushing normalcy on anyone. Because living in your authentic self is literally embodying the truth. And in a world built on lies, moving through in truth makes you a literal agent against their destruction. It makes you a warrior. That's why trans people are literally embodied revolutions. Because they are actively disrupting the binary, which is fake. They are actively disrupting the repressive normalcy, which is fake. And they are actively choosing who they believe that they are, in spite of all of the world saying, no, you need to be this. I don't even know who Matt Nuclear is. I don't know why you've mentioned this person's name multiple times. I have no idea who that is. So that's part of the work that we're doing tomorrow night in Harlem at Radical Rhythms Experience. So every Radical Rhythms Experience, we're going to have a topic. Every Radical Rhythms Experience, we're going to have a topic. And the topic tomorrow night is freedom. What does freedom mean to you? What does freedom mean to the world? And so I'm going to lead us in the beginning in some energy work to the music. And then I'm going to do my little bit about freedom. And then we're going to open the floor and we're going to connect about freedom. Because we need to have community spaces. Oh, he was on the Jubilee show? Then I definitely don't give a fuck about Matt Nuclear. For real. I mean, most of those people on the Jubilee show were there to try and, you know, sell their soul. Nurse York, that's ridiculous. This world will never have any more freedom because they don't believe in God. First of all, there are many people in the world and there are many gods. There are many people on earth and there are many gods. Hi, Miss Seals. I missed your live on Burkina Faso the other day. I mean, all I said was any connection with Israel needs to be ended. And people keep telling me like, this was false news. And it's like, do they have an ambassadorship with Israel? Is there an ambassadorship with Israel? Okay. So, yeah, there is. Well, Iman, I would argue that God is us. Like, we are literally in the image. So if we're not doing the thing, it's not going to get done. But it will get done because we are going to do the thing. Everybody can't go, but I'm going. That's what's up, Jason C. Torres. Make sure you're with us tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. If you're in New York, come on through to Harlem at Comedy in Harlem for the Radical Rhythms Experience. And if you are not, then you can sign on to YouTube Amanda Seals TV and watch it for free. There will be a donation link, and I hope y'all will support. Because I'm something new that I'm figuring out, but that I really do believe in. Can we take mushrooms together? No. No, we cannot. And for those who are attending in Harlem tomorrow, you're getting a free Malcolm X notebook. Let me actually get you the Malcolm X notebook. Hold on, I'm old, so it's going to take me a little bit to stand up. All right. Jordy, your food is there. So I'm not going to give you more food because you're not eating the food that I gave you, even though you like it. So for those who join us tomorrow in person, you will get a free Malcolm X notebook at the Radical Rhythms Experience. That I designed. I've also got the audiobook for What Would the Ancestors Say coming out soon. So look out for that. Thank you, Life is Complex. I'm very proud of this notebook. I'm very proud of this notebook. That's what's up, Jason. Thank you for the love. Melly Kathy, 1945. I do not know you. I'm not bringing you up. So anybody got any questions? Because this helps me while I'm doing my hair. Yes, Mac019. Like, as of right now, we only have like 20 tickets sold. And I have no problem performing for a small room, especially when it's this type of work. So, yeah, this is the notebook. So all of the attendants tomorrow, you get a free Malcolm X notebook. I'm always trying to give y'all something free. You know, I just want us to. Debu_yay. This is a great question. How you have so many talents. How do you decide what to focus on at any given time? I've become completely obedient to my intuition. So my intuition just guides me. So like, for instance, this person's asking what's happening tomorrow at the show. And there's an amalgam of things happening tomorrow at the show. So we will be listening to the music of the album while performing energy work that gets us in our bodies, that wakes us the fuck up, that aligns us. Then I'm going to do a set where I'm using comedy to talk about a different topic every show. So this show, the topic will be about freedom. And then I will open the floor to discussion, because it's not enough for me to be talking at you. I got to be talking with you. So this show, we're going to be talking about freedom. What is freedom? What does it mean? Because one of the lyrics in my song Stardust, I say, everybody's got a plan till they get punched in the face. Everybody thinks they the man till they got to run their own race. You can march to your own drum, but can you handle freedom? Someone said you're extra glowy today. Yeah, I had a really good week. Text the sitter, Brown Babies Books NYC. Text the sitter. Text the sitter. Come on through, y'all. Fat Bitch Podcast, thank you so much. Thank you. This is something completely new. Callie Yums, I know why you laughing. So, come on through, Pretty in Pink 62297. And again, anybody who comes to the show tomorrow, you get a free notebook. And you can buy your tickets ahead of time, or you can buy them at the door. The cover is $17. And they have really good food there. So you can knock out two birds with one stone as well. And this is a Black-owned business. And the brother who owns it is just a really dope person. So you're not just supporting me. You're supporting like a dope brother who has always been supportive and who I really appreciate. Because, the other part of it is like, we can talk about this Black-owned shit all the fucking day. But at the end of the day, are these folks showing up different? Are they supporting Black creatives? Like my homeboy Jamie, this is a comedy club. And he was like, Amanda, come and do what you want. Come and do what you want. And I was there last month, and in the middle of singing, I look over and he's like this. Like a proud dad. So, we gotta support the folks that are creating spaces for stuff like this, because the Zionists be owning everything. And it's really hard to find places to do work that actually levels us up and brings them down, because they own everything and they will literally shut you down. Like they canceled my tours. They tried to completely derail my life. But my ancestors had other plans. And so here we are. You feel me? And this person with these all caps, a lot of people don't know it was a Black American who started stand-up comedy. I mean, of course it would be a Black American that started stand-up comedy. Black American people are the funniest ever. Duh. Can I sponsor a free ticket for someone? Absolutely. Absolutely, KC Jamal. Absolutely. If you cop the ticket, then you can send it to my, email it. If you cop the ticket, then you can email it to support@smartfunnyandblack.com, and I can give it to somebody. That's so dope. Thank you so much. Like, that's the type of shit I'm trying to create. Like, when I was doing my book tour, there were like 3 different times where somebody was in line. And they couldn't like afford a book. They just wanted to meet me. And so when they got to me, they were like, I can't afford a book to get it signed. And so I said out loud, like, can anybody sponsor somebody a book? And every single time, folks had to like rush. Folks had to rush to beat other people to help. That's the fucking shit I'm talking about. That's the only spaces I'm trying to create. Like, remember, I divested from celebrity. I'm not about that. Okay? Like, I left that world. That's why when people say weird shit to me, like, that's why you got fired from such and such, I'm just like, yeah, exactly. That is exactly why. And but also I was never fired from The Real. I was never fired from Insecure. I was fired from Radio 1 for not blindly supporting Kamala Harris. They won't say this, but this is why. And for supporting Palestine. The reason that they gave was I was too polarizing and not consistently funny. Thank you, Thuggy Banks. Okay, Nick Nack Paddywhack. Let's give a dog a bone. No, Fabits podcast. They cannot. Real ones cannot exist in phony spaces. That's why we be at the house. Okay? Where do you see me? At the house. I was going to go on tour and the instinct said, absolutely not. You need to be at the house. I think, thank you, Felicia. When I think about resilience, I think some people think resilience is like not being affected. And I think that's just unrealistic. Of course you'll be affected. The question is, how do you let it affect you? How do you let it affect you? Amanda, you're the best, the strongest person I'm seeing nowadays. You remind me of Nelson Mandela. May God protect, inshallah. Thank you. That's a huge compliment. I really appreciate that. If shit don't affect you, then you're numb. And that's an even bigger problem, right? Because that's how you have psychopathy. See yourself and be yourself. The ability to keep on finding yourself through it all. You are a universe. You feel me? You are a universe. There is no bottom to you. So when shit out here is noise, you go in here. Not to shut down, but to level up. Hey, Fatima. Thank you, Pat Young. You ain't never lie. Independent comedians, we are, the last folks standing. We are the voices of truth because we're not owned. We're not owned. A lot of these cats out here, they're fucking owned at this point. And it's unfortunate. Thank you, Mrs. Sherry. Y'all, Mrs. Sherry said I'm doing a great job on my hair. Mrs. Sherry, I don't know if you just got here, but I wanted to let you know that a dread asked me to fix his lock the other day. So I'm out here, y'all. And I did. I'm out here, y'all. Like, that's a big deal. And he's a dread. Yes, Mrs. Sherry. I said, no problem. Say less. All you gotta do is say less. Damn, Iman, don't say that. That feels like I'm wasting. That's like, I wasted all of that money. He fine too. Just for the record, he fine too. Just so we're clear. I just wanted to add that because I just needed to make it clear. Like as hell. Wendigard, co-sign it. Like fine. You're right, Iman. You're right. Get me together. That's what's up, KW44. Thank you, KC Jamal. Oh, wow. That's what's up. So KC Jamal bought 2 tickets for anyone who's in Harlem or who's in New York to come to the Radical Rhythms experience tomorrow night. And they're not even in Harlem. KC Jamal, where you at? You in the Bay, you said? That's what's up. That's what I'm fucking talking about, B. That's what I'm talking about. All these people on Patreon are like, they know who I'm talking about. So they like, yeah, he fine. Damn. All right. I'm back. How you find and a good father? Okay, I'm done. So for those who didn't know, I'm on here talking about the Radical Rhythms experience tomorrow going down. Yes, there are tickets at the door, Fatima. Yes, there are absolutely tickets at the door. And everybody who comes to the show in Harlem gets a free debouillé. Shut it up. Shut it up. Everyone who comes to the show tomorrow, you get a free Malcolm X notebook. And as you know, these are designed by yours truly. So looking forward to seeing folks, to being in the mix together. Y'all funny talking about flashbacks. Mind your business. Mind your business. I was in the airport and this sister was in front of me and she was like, oh my God, I'm such a fan of yours. And I was like, oh, that's what's up. Thank you. And I was talking to her and she was like, you know, you had said recently, she was like, you know, you said recently, like, who would date me? And she was like, I just was saying to myself, like, but why would you say that? Like, look at you. And I was like, well, it's funny you say that. No, you do not get to take me on a date, Erin Winters. I am not actively dating in America. In the United States, I should say. Someone just asked about Jordy. Jordy is right here. Ain't you? Hi. I love you. These cats was making a fucking movie last night, y'all. These cats was making a film. And my cat Huri, she done peed in every crevice of this goddamn couch. Baby, see yourself and be yourself. Just out here. Shit falling. You don't even know what fell. This is Lamumba. Lamumba, say what up. Lamumba, what's up? This is Mando. Mando and Jordy are best friends. So this Mando, Jordy, and Lumumba. Jedi over here doing a whole damn Zoomies demonstration. Hi, Mumbas. I love yous. I love yous, Mumba. He's distracted. He's watching Jordy and Mando. All right, any more questions? Because I'm almost done with my hair, and y'all are really helping me get through this quickly. Thoughts on FIFA? You know, to be quite honest, I don't really know much about FIFA. Except for that, you know, I think it was the president of FIFA was trying to get Egypt lost. Was it on penalties? Because you know the coach of Egypt yesterday, like he was asked some question very specific about like the game, and he was like, yeah, fuck that. Let's talk about Palestine. Oh, it wasn't on penalties. How did they not count a goal? Of course they were robbed. Because they're... Because, were they playing Argentina? Oh yeah, you said Messi. Yeah, because Argentina is a Zionist country. Yes. We're watching the fall of empire. So they're going to do whatever. They're going to do whatever. And they're going to do it loud. They're going to do it blatant. And if you don't stand up and you don't shut it down, then they're going to keep on going. Nah, it's not corruption and money. That's just straight up. Soccer is the game of the world. Soccer is the game of the world. And you had the coach of the team that was winning saying on a mic that what's happening in Palestine is unacceptable. And that y'all folks are sitting around here letting this shit go down, and that is unacceptable. Like, FIFA, anything that's like organized and that has corporate money attached to it is corrupt. And the corruption is not simply about just making money. The corruption is that there are people who are attached to 1,000-year-old families that are literally aligned with the occult. And they create the dynamics, right? They create the dynamics for the disruption, for the dysfunction. So they created the dynamics with these corporate run sports, and it gets bought into, and it changes the whole situation. And they use the sports, the Olympics, the World Cup, they use these world championships, they use them to lean political influence, to lean the populist influence, all of that. Wow, Iman, that's crazy. Like, bread and circuses is a real thing. Like, that's not just some things that people say to sound like they know something. The bread and circuses only work to keep you distracted if they distract you. So when the people that are in the bread and circus start telling you what's up, they're like, oh, fuck, we got to switch this up. Like, right now, I'm seeing... I was born in Inglewood, California. Like, right now, I'm seeing, like, Naomi Osaka. She's, like, doing fashion on the tennis stage. And people are like, oh, my God, I just love that she's bringing this to the stage. And I'm just like, damn. Like, I wish instead of bringing fashion to the tennis stage, she was bringing more something that has more material impact. You feel me? Like she's Haitian and Japanese. These are two occupied nations. Substance, that's the word. Someone said it's all European countries left in Argentina. Argentina is a European country in South America. Just so we're clear. The same way that Israel is a European country in the Levant. And it's not even a real country. It's a European territory in the Levant. And if anybody was really about it, they would turn off the games moving forward. The World Cup is over. See, I don't know much about Paraguay. There you go, Fabits Podcast. Okay, so Morocco is still in the mix. Well, that's soccer. I mean, that's football in the States, but we're talking about football. Well, bring me the toy, Jordy. We can play. Bring me the toy. Toy. Where's toy? There you go. Good boy. Good toy. Good boy. Whoop. Not me hitting the TV. Shit. That's right, Liquid Tune. Say that with your chest. For everybody who's just joining, I will be doing a new show called Radical Rhythms Experience every second Wednesday of the month in Harlem at Comedy in Harlem. The first one is tomorrow night. If you want to know more about the show, ask me and I will clue you in. The link is right here below. You can go to the link in bio as well. And I hope to see you there to support me in this new iteration of my work and my genius. The cover is $17. And there's no drink minimum. That's what's up, Cryptically. Shout out to my seal people. Seals is my people. Jordy, stop barking at Jedi. She's literally just chilling. Leave her alone. Jordy, my love, please. I'm doing something. I'm talking to the people. He was literally just mad because she wasn't paying him attention. Thank you, Red, for buying a badge. So what people have been doing who cannot come to the Radical Rhythms Experience in Harlem, we've got some folks that have been buying tickets for those in Harlem to be able to go. So tomorrow, I'll be giving some people the opportunity to get free tickets. Thanks to folks sponsoring individuals. And I will also be live streaming the Radical Rhythms experience. So you guys will get to be where you're at, watching from home. And I hope that you're going to be standing up and engaged with us. Any shows in Iowa this year? Not planned, but never say never. Like Michael Jackson said, I hate touring. I really don't like touring. Where is Harlem? Harlem is in Manhattan in New York City. And it is a mecca for Black folks. Some of our greatest creatives came out of the Harlem Renaissance, which took place in the 20s. People like Langston Hughes, Zora Neale Hurston, artist Ramir Bearden, writer, poet Countee Cullen. You had the Cotton Club. So when we're talking about Harlem, that's what we're talking about. Because in New York, in the early 1900s, Harlem was not... So even though, like, segregation... Kimmy, you can send it to support at smartfunnyandblack.com. Thank you so much. Y'all, we just got another donated ticket. Yay! Thank you, Green Tigress _male. Don't forget Def Comedy Jam. What are you talking about? What does Def Comedy Jam have to do with anything right now? Oh, man. Amanda, know that you're a breath of fresh air amidst the suffocating times. Thank you so much. Manaz _H_Z. Mahnaz. I feel like that's a big H. Zara T. Ooh, you are Gittins? You're definitely from Barbados. You are definitely from Barbados. With the last name Gittins. That is definitely a Bijan name. Big up Barbados. Big up all your Bijan. Damn. Missing someone is wild. Missing someone is wild. That's a wild feeling. I haven't missed somebody in a very long time. Mahnaz. Yeah, I had a feeling that was a big H. Do I ever come back to Boston? No, I don't really have friends or family in Boston, so I don't come back for visits. I'm not really a fan of Boston. I mean, I will say this though, like when I've done shows in Boston, people always like show so much love. So shout out to the Boston support because y'all really show up. Like Black Boston comes out. I live in New York. Honestly, Green Tigress _ Mel, there's no shows in other cities on the horizon right now. Because I'm doing this residency in Harlem. So I'm going to be doing I'm doing Radical Rhythms Experience every second Wednesday in Harlem for the rest of the year. Thank you, Astoria Chick, Ariadne. Fatima trying to stir the pot. Sorry, guys. It's really like I'm just being called home. So I'm just like, let me lean into that. And also, like, let me be in like a safe space where y'all know where I'm at to find me. And I know some people would say, yeah, but that could also be dangerous. It's like everything can be dangerous. Literally, everything. There you go, Green Tigress. Thank you, Arrange 22. This lock is really giving me hell. Will I take my pets? What does that mean? Will I take my pets? Will I take my pets where? Will I take my pets to Harlem for my show? No. Thank you, Mikey G Wiz. That's my artwork. Y'all gonna make me add that to my store. Y'all ever been to my store? How did I learn to crochet my own locks? So basically, I got dissed by my loctician who lost her motherfucking mind, as happens far too often with hairdressers. The reason she lost her mind was because she said that she was doing house calls and all of a sudden switched up and wasn't trying to do house calls and tried to blame it on her child, who's 11. And I'm like, yeah, I don't feel like I should have to like bear the brunt of coming to get my hair done at your house after you said you were doing house calls because of a lack of childcare. Like, that's not my responsibility, and I don't think it's fair that I should be tasked with that. So anyways, so then I was trying to find a new loctician, but the prices are just out of motherfucking control. Everybody's prices are out of control. Everybody. Everybody's prices are out of control. Speaking of which, Kimmy, I may need to hire you to clean up my books for my taxes. These people just tried to charge me $5,000. And I said, well, I guess I'll be doing it myself. Because there's no motherfucking way. There's no way. Not a single way. So, anywho, I was like looking for a replacement, but I couldn't find one. And then literally someone, hey, King Melonius. And then literally someone said, no, my accountant is great for taxes, but her staff is trying to charge $5,000 to clean up my books. And that is absolutely insanity. Cause like it's one account. Are you out of your motherfucking mind? No. Like, no. My books are not crazy like that either. So, like, miss me with that. $5,000 fucking dollars. People act like $5,000 is something. Like, the way people be throwing around $5,000 these days, I'm like, what is happening? So, now, I'm like, okay, I did a video where I was talking about the loctician, and someone said, today, who can do my locks? Tomorrow, I'm going to do it my damn self. And that one comment gave me the idea, like, could I do my locks myself? And then I was like, yeah, I'm going to need to learn how to do my locks myself. And so this brother who follows me sent me 2 videos. He DM'd me 2 videos, and those 2 videos were enough. Like, they were really good videos. And from there, I started doing it myself. And I'm saving a shit ton of fucking money and time. And it's also just nice. Like, it just feels really connected. And as I mentioned before, a fine ass dread asked me to fix his lock the other day. So it has already become a skill that has more than one use. Ba-dum-bum. Why do y'all come in the chat and say, I just joined, what are we talking about? Why do y'all do that? Why don't you just join and then listen to find out what we're talking about? Why y'all don't do that? I've never understood that. I guess because I don't walk in a room like, I'm here. I walk in the room. I take a look around, who all's here. I feel out the vibe, you know, like I don't just show up like I'm here, because then a lot of energy comes towards you and it may not be all the energy that you want. So I was telling this man, again, a finance man, I was telling him like, I'm the heaviest I've ever been in my life. And he was like, you fine? And I said, yeah. And he was like, well, why do you think that is? And I was like, maybe it's the Lexapro. Maybe it's because I eat ice cream for dinner. And he was like, maybe you're just happy. Let me also take a moment. Anybody here who is self-conscious about your fupa? You know, that piece of the abdomen right there? Anybody here who's self-conscious about that? Please let it go. Please. And I know that you may not want to admit it, but a lot of us are self-conscious about that because we think it's unattractive. We think men don't like it. You know? We think it looks bad in clothes. And I just want to remind you, men who like women like fupas. Okay? Men who like women like fupas. Because women have fupas. I'm going to say that again. Men who like women like fupas. Men who like women like fupas. Because I didn't like mine. And I had to ask myself why I didn't like it. And I realized that it was because it didn't have this like clean line. And then I'm like, why the fuck do we have to have a clean line? Like, what is that even about? Where did that come from? His nails are dirty because he plants in the soil. That's why his nails are dirty, because he was planting in soil. Okay? So this rail thin nonsense is not practical, and it is some women's experience, but it is not all women's experience. And at the end of the day, men who like women like fupas. So that's what this picture should tell you. Because that's a manly hand holding a womanly fupa. And I said, we're going to take this picture so that I can have this conversation, because I know it needs to be had, because I know how many of us really do feel some type of way about this natural abdomen experience. I know, because I know us. I know us. So, shout out to all of us, particularly us in perimenopause, particularly the moms who have had kids, particularly the women who have had hysterectomies and don't have the muscle there. So it's just literally fat and there's nothing you can fucking do about it. Like, we got to flip that. We got to flip that. Okay? And so, yes, embrace your fupa. Yes, those with the fibroids, taking up space, embrace your fupa. Because at the end of the day, just embrace you. Embrace you. Now, don't be on no bullshit where you're being unhealthy, but embrace you and embrace you. Because when he was like, maybe you're bigger now just because you're happy, I was like, I mean, he's like, you know, when you don't have stress like that, you just, you know, you fill out because you're not getting strained and drained. Yes. Men who like women like fupas. I think I'm going to make a shirt. Men who like women like fupas. That is incorrect. Still strong muscle exists underneath whatever skin. That is incorrect. Men who like women like fupas. How are we spelling fupa? F-U-P-A or F-O-U-P-A? I know, for the fried chicken. That's why I'm like, what are you talking about? When you have a hysterectomy, if you have a particular kind of hysterectomy, the muscle does not grow back. Okay, so we're spelling it F-U-P-A. Okay, we're spelling it F-U-P-A. Got it. Men who like women like fupas. It's an acronym? Is it? What's the acronym stand for? Fat upper pussy area? Great. Why we gotta rebrand that one? Fat upper pussy area. Love it. Love it. Love it. So big ups to all of us with our fat. Big ups to all of us with our fat upper pussy areas. And big up to all the men who understand, appreciate, and love that we possess them. Wendigard. They look bigger when you got small titties. Who you talking to? Who you talking to? 36A over here, baby. What did King Melonius say? I missed it. Yes, the ancient paintings. You've been criticized for your body all your life. We're going to end that today, Happy Tara. Fuck all of them. Criticizing our bodies. Now, if you playing with your health, I'm going to really look at you wild. Okay? Because, like, what are you doing? However, some bodies are just configured a certain way. And it don't matter what you do. But it's also like, do you have to do that to be healthy? Flooza Coop, roll with it. You didn't miss nothing. There you go, Callie Yum Yums. You got this. My boyfriend left me because I gained weight. I thought he is right, as this is not healthy and doesn't show my inner strength and self-love. I feel like if someone loves you, they're first going to empower you. If you're still on some, like, I don't want to be bothered, then I can see why they step away. Because, like, you can't make somebody do something that they don't want to do. However, if somebody is really with you and you gain weight and they leave you because you changed, and the change is the reason why, I just feel like that's not a change in character. That's a change in physique. And your physique can be changed back. Now, I say that as somebody who told my ex, like, when he shaved his face, I was just like, I didn't get with you for this face. I did not sign up for this face. But he was also a prick. See? So there's that. And the shaved face really made him look even more like a penis. So it was literally like you're already a prick and now you look like one. You look like an actual penis. So there was that. Honestly, Wendigard, he looked like a completely different human being. Like, I've known him for 20 years and I had never seen him with a bald face. And it was like, I don't ever want to see this again. I don't ever want to see this again. And if he was kind, I would have thugged it out. But I was just like, no, I don't ever want to see this again. There you go, Sarah. He beard fished you. That's a fucking beard fish. So I think there's something to be said for, someone said, what if you don't change back? And I think it's like, you want a picture of the prick dick? Damn, y'all know if you ask me for a picture, I'm gonna give you a picture. Y'all know that. And that's why you be doing shit like that. You're like, well, we want to see. And she's gonna help us see. Because she don't play that. I'm gonna show you a before and after. Okay? Hold on. Oh, see, this shit organizes the pictures in a weird way. Okay. Here. Hold on. Y'all asked for a picture. I gotta find one. Okay. Here is before. Okay? Here is with the facial hair. So let's just take it in. This is the facial hair. So we're seeing this, right? We're seeing this with the facial hair. Everybody's capturing this image. We get it? And it's not even like it's like a full ass beard, right? It's not even like it's a full ass beard. However, Max said player eyes. However, this is facial hair. All right. Are y'all ready? Flooza Coop, man, you called it like a cordless phone. He was cute, but never seemed confident. You ain't never fucking lie. I didn't have the clarity yet to be able to read that. I do now though. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you the other face. Okay, stop sharing. Okay, hold on. I got to find it. It's buried deep because I hate the pictures. But because y'all want to know, I'm going to find it for you. So for those who are just joining, we're talking about, when someone changes it. Okay, it's El Green. An unconfident man will drag you to the pits of hell is one of the realest statements of all time. Like, that shit is so fucking real, bro. That shit is so real. Like, it's just nuts how pervasive it is. Oh, I'm an archivalist, so I keeps the pictures. So I know the suspense is killing y'all. I apologize, but I think it's gonna be worth it. Because I'm not exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating. Okay. Okay, here we go. August 2022. Let's go. Yep, I found it. Oh my God. Okay, now you remember the before pic, right? You remember it? I think chronically ticked off, you should sit with that in silence and see what comes to you. And then like really listen to whatever comes to you. Okay, so you remember the before pic. I'm bugging. Who is that? Who is that? I'm just saying. Now, if he had paid me my $4,000, I may not have done that. My face in the FaceTime. That's when he first sent me a picture, and I was like, oh, wow. So I said to him, I said, so what if I grow a beard? You gonna be cool with that? That's not the same thing. I said, how is it not the same thing? I am regularly doing the grooming to not have a beard and a mustache. So what you trying to do? So maybe if you not gonna have facial hair, maybe I should. Nah, listen, Mac019, it wouldn't have even been a thing if he wasn't trying to play with my mind. And that's what he always does. He tried to play with my mind. So I was like, oh, like, did you make a mistake? And he was like, I mean, I did, but then I just like kept going. And I said, oh, so is this how you're going to keep it like for good? And he was like, why? You don't like it? And I was like, no, not really. And he was like, yeah, that's how I'm going to keep it. So now you're antagonizing me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just being a dick. You're antagonizing me. So then it becomes a thing because you like chaos. Like, you just wanted to fuck with my mind. You just wanted to be a dick. Yeah, I just gave the reason. Mando, you cannot go outside. It is nighttime. It is nighttime. You cannot go outside. You know that. Kendra LA, when you said that out loud in your head before you typed it, did you think that that was like an appropriate thing to say to a stranger? Or did it just sound funny to you? And so you typed it and posted it? I'm curious. It's very obvious what I'm doing in my head right now. But did you just want to say something that you thought would be like provocative? then ask that question. I do not like being teased, and I definitely don't appreciate it from strangers. Hey, Amanda, what are you doing to your locks? That's it. Not, excuse me, but what are you doing to your head, girl? LOL. No. That's just shade for no reason. No, you didn't ask that. And when you put the LOL, you're clowning. And I will not be clowned by none of y'all. Hey, Miss Juve! My Grenadian sister! Big up, big up, big up, big up, big up. I hate when people try to throw rocks and then hide their hand. I thought I asked that. No, you didn't ask that. So Corey Eyes Forever. Oh, let me block you. Girl, please. Fuck you. Yeah, some of y'all don't deserve good vibration. Because you are low vibrational. So, no, he didn't do it to fuck with me, but he pretended that he was doing it on purpose. He pretended he was going to keep it just to fuck with me. Does that make sense? I've already posted my thoughts on Nolan Wells. Thank you, T. Crouch. I had a fabulous birthday, Miss Juve. Juve. Do you rehearse your sets at home? No. I just get on stage and say whatever comes to mind. Yeah, PNW Vet March to it's definitely a control tactic. There you go, Emily Chandler. Did you decide not to go to a new loctician? Yes, I did. Am I mad because of the 4,000? I think mad is too basic of a word for the level of emotions that I experience about things. Shakira, it's not tone. It's just don't act like you're not clowning me when you're clowning me. Like, I mean, it's very easy to just ask somebody, oh, what are you doing to your locks? That's like a very easy way to ask somebody. But when you add, girl, what are you doing to your hair? What are you doing inside your head? LOL. No, you're trying to clown me. Period. So we're not doing that. We're not doing that to each other. That's not the way to deal with each other. Why are we clowning folks that we don't even know? Like, there's no trust. You know, there's no trust. So you can't treat people like that. You being funny style. And we need to treat each other better. Well, Mothmaid, that was the reason. But then when I was like, oh, are you doing this like for good? And he was like, well, do you like it? And I said, no. Then it became, okay, then I'm doing it for good. So it was literally just to antagonize me. Yeah, we don't, there's no reason to accept disrespect. It's just, we don't need to just, and we know when people are deemed disrespectful. So we just don't need to accept it. It's not okay. It's a reflection of someone else's own. Of course he grew it back because he knew that shit looked crazy. Yes, I did mishap salam. So for those of y'all who are just joining, want to remind you that tomorrow night I will be on stage in Harlem at Comedy in Harlem. All right. And you can get your tickets. They're $17. You can get your tickets at the link below. You can also get your tickets at the link in bio. And you can also get your tickets at the door. And if you are not in Harlem, then you can watch on the live stream on YouTube. And so the link is already up. So you can go up there and press notify so that you make sure not to miss it. How long did I accept the disrespect from him? For 3 years. And that disrespect was accepted because I didn't respect myself. And sometimes I want to also bring something to y'all's attention that may be forgotten. You have different spaces where you accept different things because you have also been treated different way in different spaces. So like, I would expect way more disrespect from personal spaces than I would in professional spaces. I never accepted disrespect in professional spaces. But and that's because I was in professional spaces since I was young, and I was always shown how to respect myself, and I was always given the support of respecting myself in professional spaces. Like, I remember when I was in this commercial for the USDA, and the lady in costumes tried to get me to stuff my bra. And I was like, no. And so then I stormed out, and I went and I told my mom. And my mom was like, what? Now, my mom was never good at sticking up for me, but that time she absolutely stuck up for me and was like, what the hell are you talking about? I was 15. I was 15, and this lady's trying to get me to stuff my bra? Are you nuts? But like, I was always empowered in these spaces. So in professional spaces, I never took no shit. And that's why, people started with this whole like amandaseals is difficult. Yeah, because in these professional spaces, they're always trying you. Always. They are always trying you. I'm crocheting my locks. They're always trying you. When I was on the reel, one day they were just like, so we're going to actually cut lunch. I'm sorry, what? Yeah, so we're going to have lunch now as a production meeting. No, we not. No, the fuck we not. Y'all got me fucked up. No. But also, like, when I think about, like, all the Epstein stuff and everything, and I just think about how, like, I was 15 years old and a woman wanted me to stuff my bra, I'm like, this how this shit be happening. Because there's, like, adults who are out here sick in the complicity. Emily, it doesn't even matter. I don't want to have to work during my lunch, bro. I'm here doing 3 episodes for y'all. My lunch should be a time to decompress or to nap or do whatever I need to do to come back for the next 2 tapings. Period. And if you're taking my lunch for budget purposes, niggas got me fucked up. Ooh, niggas got me fucked up. Not today. Not the one. Yes! Sure was SAG. And I was like, I'll be making a phone call. It was after, but SAG after I merged, so. They didn't. And when I said no, they were like, and Adrian was like, I didn't even know we could say no. How about that? She was like, I didn't even know we could say no. Thank you, Sharex Lala. And after that, she started saying no. And then they were like, you've changed. You're different. She's like, yeah, because y'all been playing me. You've changed, you're daring, you're getting it through the woods, not sure, not scary. There's something about the woods. What happened to the reel? It got canceled. I mean, they did over 1,000 episodes. Come here. Come here. Come here. What the hell was that? Come here. Relax. Down. Do I have any plans for another TV show? Absolutely not. He be fucking with the wrong one. He know better than to fuck with Huri. He know better than to fuck with Huri. Why y'all asking me about Nolan Wells as if it's not on my page? There's stories in my stories. There's literally a post on my page about Nolan Wells. Have I ever been to Essence Fest? Absolutely. I went to Essence Fest when it was still, something worth going to. How am I going to speak that good knowledge on a TV show when television is owned by the folks that want to keep you uninformed? How? Like, that's what I feel like folks are not really grasping. Media has always been owned by those who are manipulating truth, but now it is even more insidious, because as the real truth comes out, they have to go even harder to keep you uninformed. That's a dumb question. Thank you, Will of the Whispers. That's exactly right. So, ask me one more time and I'm going to block you. They're trying to help you out. No, I don't think it's time to develop enterprises. Enterprises are not going to last because enterprise is capitalism. So no, I don't think it's time to create a new media enterprise. I think it's time to create media cooperatives that allow for the truth to be spoken because it's supported by everyone. Did y'all see that Jonathan Majors is in some like super Zionist shit? Did I get that right? I need to do some more research, I think, but that's the headlines I've been seeing. I don't believe shit straight off of headlines though, so I'm just asking. The best piece of advice I would give a young black woman today: don't worry about these men. Do not center your life around men. It's produced by Ben Shapiro? Are you for real? Well, now we know how he got his career back. There you got it. I did not say that there aren't good men out there. I said don't center your life around men. Because let me tell you, men are not centering their lives around women. Center your life around your values, your principles, so that you will attract someone who is about your values and your principles. Instead, we out here not even knowing ourselves. Chasing niggas that don't know themselves. Period. Find your center. You're welcome, love. And I'm saying this from my own experience. If you're already married, I mean, last I checked, divorce is like a real thing. All right. Hold on. I'm never going to say nothing sideways about Megan Good. Oh, that's what's up, Floozacoop. Thank you, LaShawn. Yeah, I genuinely like Megan Good. She's just a lovely spirit. It's only $5 a month to join Patreon. And when you're looking for that energy that you got here today, it's available at Patreon all the time. Because it's not just me. It's a whole community. More backflips? Baby, I'm 170 pounds. The days of backflips have come and gone. These ankles would be like, bitch, I'll give you a handstand. Got you on the handstand, though. Bye, Ariadne.